I've worked with over 80 people and I was able to heal them from ADHD. And guess what? There are ancient methods that are very healthy for you that can heal you from that. And it's not adderall, it's not any of that BS, it's meditation. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how to meditate and why you should meditate instead of taking some pills, and also the truth behind ADHD and adderall. Because most doctors who would prescribe adderall for you, they have no idea the truth behind ADHD and why it exists. They will say, oh, it's because of the genes. Well, if your father have ADHD, then you will have ADHD. They have no idea. They are oblivious. So I'm going to explain to you the truth behind that so that you can get convinced of why meditation is way better than any other pill and why you should start taking meditation. You can start doing meditation every single day. So for those of you who just want to know how to meditate and want to click off this video, let me give you how to meditate and then you can fuck off. Because for the rest of you, I would love to explain to you the exact science behind it and the truth behind ADHD. So how do you meditate? The best meditation that I've found is that you sit on a chair every single morning. You need to do it every single day. If you skip it a single day, you cannot do that. You have to do it every single day. So after you wake up, you sit on a chair, you set a timer for 20 minutes, you close your eyes and start inhaling and exhaling air from your nose. And your only job for the next 20 minutes is to focus on the sensation of air coming in and out. That's it. Now what your brain will do is that it's going to start tuning out. It's going to start wandering around, thinking about things, imagining things, planning things, etc. Your only job is to catch that wandering off and bring your focus back into the sensation of air. Do that for 20 minutes every single day and it's going to heal you. How? I'm going to explain to you right now. Before I explain to you how meditation actually heals ADHD, I want to tell you how ADHD forms in the brain in the first place. And it's not genes. These doctors who say it's genes, they are idiots. Here's the truth behind ADHD. We as humans, when we face a very stressful situation, our brain goes to either fight or flight, okay? When it can't do any of those, it goes into freeze. So what happened if you have ADHD or been diagnosed with ADHD and you have the symptoms of ADHD? What happened to you? And I can guarantee you that happened to you when you were young, maybe 2 years old, 4 years old, 5, 7 years old. You faced a lot of stress, especially from your parents. And when you face that stress, you're too small to fight, you're too small to flight, and you need your parents so you can't run away from them. So what your brain did, it went into freeze mode. Now the problem with freeze mode, the good thing about it is that it's a survival mechanism. So freezing is basically your brain tunes out from reality and start imagining like a different reality for a certain period of time just to escape from this stressful reality. That's the good thing. The bad thing about this is that this tuning out is happening while your brain is developing and while it's making millions of neural connections every single second. What this will do, this tuning out, because it's happening, your brain is forming new neural pathways specifically for tuning out. So if I ask you, do you daydream? You most likely will say yes. Well, it's because there's a specific brain circuit for that. It's not in the genes. It's because of the survival mechanism of freeze when you used to face a lot of stress when you were young. Okay? That's the reason you have ADHD, because you had so much stress. And of course, most probably that stress created childhood wound, childhood trauma. So the other part of healing from ADHD is finding the trauma that was created from those events and heal them. But that's going to be a completely different video. What I'm focused on right now is healing the ADHD itself when it comes to neurology, when it comes to neural pathways. So you have these neural pathways of tuning out, of daydreaming. You probably tend to lose things. You probably tend to get disorganized. You probably tend to be late. If you're always late to meetings or projects or whatever, that's because you don't have time sensitivity. Time sensitivity is basically you being able to really genuinely understand how much 5 minutes are or how much an hour is. And when we're young, we don't understand that. We need to develop that. We need to develop this time sensitivity. If you go to a 5-year-old child and tell him that dinner will be ready in 5 minutes, the child won't understand what 5 minutes is. I mean, it might understand that it is time, but it won't understand like how much. So what the child will understand is there's no dinner right now. That's what the child will understand. And if you're going through a lot of stressful situation in your childhood, your time sensitivity is not going to develop correctly. So you will tend to be procrastinating a lot. You tend to be late a lot. Stuff like that, similar things like that. So that's when it comes to time sensitivity and procrastination and being late. So now, because you have these neural pathways, the healing process for ADHD is to weaken these neural pathways so that the tuning out, the daydreaming, becomes less and less easier for you to become conscious of so that you can stop. Another thing is biting your nails. When was the last time did you learn a new thing about biting your nails? Like, why do you do it? You do it because you daydream. Your brain tunes out, you daydream, you start thinking about the future, you feel stressed because of the future, and now you want to soothe yourself. A toddler would soothe themselves by sucking their thumb. What you would do is you would bite your nails, or maybe you can do something else, maybe picking on your skin or doing something else. But that's another survival mechanism, which is biting your nails. It's because you're feeling stressed and your brain wants to soothe that stress. Okay? So if you want to stop biting your nails, well, we need to stop the cause, not the effect. People try to fix the effect of whatever people do when it comes to stopping to bite their nails. What we need to do is we need to fix the root cause, which is the daydreaming. How do we fix that? We need to weaken the neural pathway responsible for daydreaming. How? Meditation. So now that you understand the truth behind ADHD, it's absolutely not in the genes. This is utter stupidity. And if a doctor tells you that, run for the hills, because they have no idea what they're talking about. So, how does meditation actually do that? Meditation helps you to become more conscious aware. It helps you become more conscious of your conscious mind and unconscious mind. That's what meditation does. When you wander off, remember what I explained about meditation. When you wander off and you catch that wandering and you bring your focus back into the sensation of air, if you keep doing that every single day for at least 30 days, you will develop these new neural pathways of refocusing, of recatching that wandering off. And guess what? Daydreaming is wandering off. So the same thing that you're doing when it comes to meditation, which is catching that wandering off, you will be able to start doing that in your life. If you daydream, you can catch that. If you daydream and start biting your nails, you can catch that correctly. And the more you catch that, the weaker the neural pathways will become. And the weaker they become, the less automatic they become. Maybe right now for you, it's very automatic to daydream. But the more you meditate, the more you become conscious of the daydreaming, the faster you stop it, the weaker the neural pathway becomes, the easier for you to stop daydreaming for good. And that's how you heal from ADHD. Not by taking a pill. And they tell you that you need to take the pill for the rest of your life. God damn. Not to mention the side effects of adderall, which a lot of people face depression. They will develop depression from using adderall. It's total nonsense. And I know that some of you would have very bad ADHD symptoms. It starts with meditation. It always starts with meditation. And it may take a month for you, it may take a year, it may take 5 years. But this is the solution. The solution is not a pill. We as humans, we're very gullible. We want this fast, easy, predictable solution, easy and cheap and fast solution. We want that. We keep dreaming of it. Like making money, like people want to make money with barely doing anything. They want to make money fast and easy, and they want it to be very predictable. Nothing exists like that. And what these pharmaceutical companies try to make you believe is that this pill, if you take it, you're good. It's going to be fast, it's predictable, it's safe, but it's not. you need to think about it, and this is the last thing I want to talk about. Pharmaceutical companies are businesses. And what is the most important thing when it comes to a business? Make money. And not just once, but to keep making money and to make more money per customer. So the business really needs to do two things. Get a new customer and retain them for as long as possible. How do they do that? They lie to you to start buying it. They tell you that you need it for life to become a recurring customer, like a Netflix subscription. And the thing is, when you keep taking that pill, now you need higher doses. So you pay more. And guess what? It has side effects like depression. So you start taking even more pills. And guess what? The same pharmaceutical company is selling you the same pill. But now this one is for depression. And it keeps piling up for other symptoms and other symptoms and other symptoms. It gets me angry because these people are destroying people's lives and they're just making money from it. And no one is there to stop them. Not the FDA, no one. And it angers me. But this is the truth. And it starts with you being aware of the truth of Adderall and ADHD in general, and start self-medicating using meditation. That's what you need to do. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.